Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. Today's Monday is December the 19th. It's the last week before Christmas. Hope that you're doing great and you've got something planned today that's going to bring you joy in your life. This is the season of joy and I'm all for that. So I hope you're doing okay. And you had a good weekend, that you got lots done and just had a restful time. Now I'm drinking my cup of tea this morning. I have got my lemon ginger. And it's a really nice drink for a cold Monday morning. Do you like my little mug? I really like this mug. I bought it at our little local recycling place that I'm always talking about. So that's my mug of the day. I have mugs to go with my tea. Anyway, I hope that you're doing great this morning. And I want to thank you, first of all, for being here, for just showing up every morning and being a part of this conversation. And I am loving the dialogue that's going on between you in the comment section. People are getting to know one another and sharing things that are on their minds. And we've got a lot to talk about. We've had a lot of great experiences in our lives, and 60 and Me really is a great place for you to come, and mornings particularly, where we can have conversations about things on our mind. I asked our Facebook group once for women to tell us if they could get up on stage for 10 minutes and talk about any topic, what they would talk about. And it was really interesting. Several people said, oh my gosh, I'd never get up in front of anyone and talk. I'm so nervous, which is a common response. But there were some great answers. And before I share some of them with you, I want to tell you a bit about something that I did in my life, which I don't think I've shared it before, which is that when I lived in London, I actually did what's called a TEDx event. I held a TEDx, sponsored it. And if you're not familiar with TED.com. It's a website where they hold events around the world and put the talks up online. And they're around themes of technology, entertainment, and design. That's the TED word. And they're really more than that, though. They've got hundreds of talks up there now, and they're about everything from technology, innovation, but also people that are doing amazing things with their lives. People that have taken risks, people that have got something to share, and they're given a platform to talk about it. And in addition to the big TED, which they hold several events around the world, people in cities can hold small events called TEDx events. And I held one in London. And basically, anyone can hold a TEDx event. You just have to come up with a good theme, and TED approves it. And then you find your speakers, and at the venue, you get sponsors to help you with the cost, and you film it. And my theme was the theme of resilience. And it was held in East London, which is certainly a place that has a lot of stories of resilience. It was a very powerful event. We had to think about 10 speakers, and it was amazing. It was an experience of a lifetime for me. It really was very meaningful. That number one, I could do it because it was a lot of work and challenging, but also that I got these wonderful speakers and shared them with a community where there were about 200 people in the audience. So it was pretty cool. So anyway, there's some great talks out there on TED.com. If you go up there, for example, Brene Brown did a talk on vulnerability, which is one of the top viewed of all times. There's a man called Ken Robinson who did one on creativity in schools, which is also a very big highly viewed one, but they're great. I would recommend it. But anyway, I asked our women to say what would they what do you get up and talk about? What would their TEDx be about? And here's some of the ideas. Geraldine, for example, said that she would talk about equality and the obligation that we have to each other in society, and that would be her theme. She's passionate about it. A lady called Susan said that she would talk about the art of self-confidence and saying helping people to stop saying no, like I can't do this, but to say I can do it. And she specifically talks about artists, saying that I'm not really an artist, I don't really know how to paint, and saying yes, I'm an artist, I create, that we're all artists. So her theme would be creativity and self-confidence. Lee said had a spiritual focus, as did many women, and they said they would talk about forgiveness and unconditional love, and about their spiritual foundation, which gave them strength in their life. So that was a really nice topic. Cheryl said that she's actually done a lot of talks. She's actually spoken quite a bit in public, but her topic would be loneliness and the people who are most vulnerable and helpless in our society, how we can help each other. And I thought that was pretty cool. Myra said she would say her topic would be answering your calling. Having the confidence again to get up there and answer your calling, know what it is in your heart that you really want to do, and then go out there and do it. Answer your calling. And maybe that's a question. What's your calling? What's calling you? So that's something she would talk about for 10 minutes for sure. Christine said that she would talk about how spirit works in people, how it works in practical ways, how it helps people in their lives, how it creates a foundation for positive action. So I thought that was a good one. And again, there were lots of women who had this. I guess as you get older, well, it certainly has happened for me, you start to see the wisdom of your experience, and that's what you want to share. You want to share what might help others to be strong in their lives. So that's Christine. Deb said that she would talk about child abuse and how to help the mental and physical realities of dealing with child abuse. And she was very powerful and strong about this as her topic that she would talk for 10 minutes on for sure. Donna said she'd talk about using your talents. And I think that's back, and actually people have talked about this on TED, about, we have a talent that is really unusual or we think can help others. So talk about it, share it, let people know what it is. Chronic pain is something that Jane talked about and said that she would want to talk and share with people her experience of that topic. And I think that's really important. Terry talked about acceptance and tolerance, how we can create more tolerance in the world. And I certainly think, given all that's going on in our crazy world right now, tolerance is a topic that could be an excellent TEDx talk. And I think that Terry could do a really good job of getting up there and talking about it. There were lots of people that said they talk about their family, and I think that's probably one that we could all talk about. Maybe that's a theme for a TEDx, because everyone has such interesting families and people who turn out totally different than we expected, people that have challenges, people that have overcome challenges. Situations in our family that that have taught us really important life lessons. So that's something that Tony would like to share. And then I think Jacqueline had an interesting one. She wanted to talk about diabetes. And there are a lot of women who deal with this, and I think that's something that would be really great to write about and talk about. We don't we have a lot of understanding about it, but that's what Jacqueline would like to talk about. Are you getting any ideas? I think it's really fun to have this conversation. If you could stand up there for 10 minutes and talk about a topic, just forget the fear factor. Pretend nobody's watching. You're just doing it for yourself. What would you talk about? And finally, I think that Patricia has one that I think is totally relevant for this season and totally relevant for this time in our lives. And that is the importance of achieving peace in the world. She said there's enough of this world to share with our fellow humans, and we need to share it in a peaceful fashion, to learn to respect and cherish our differences as well as our similarities. I thought that was a beautiful one, Patricia, and I would love to listen to that talk. In fact, I'd like to listen to all of these talks. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to share with us, what is the one thing that you would, if you could stand up on stage or maybe just in front of a camera and talk about for a few minutes, what would you talk about? What would you want to share with the women in our community? Well, that's, I think, an interesting topic. I hope you explore TED.com and think about speaking your mind. Maybe that's the most important thing to say, is that, you don't have to talk about a particular theme, but, maybe in life it's time now in our 60s to share the wisdom, share the things we've learned in a positive way. Not in a preachy way, but in a way that we've certainly been through it all. 6 decades of amazing life experience. So thank you again for being here. I'm so happy that you've taken the choice to start this week with me and 60andMe. And please tell a friend about Mornings with 60andMe. I know I say this every day, and I do from my heart, ask it every day. I want more people to know that there's a place for women in their 60s and even younger, 50s, 40s, whatever you're doing out there, to come and join us and and join the conversation. Oh yes, I forgot one thing that's important, and I didn't want to forget it, and that is that I have a little gift for today. And I know that we had a chat last week about animals and pets, and I was looking through my little drawer of gifts, and I found another little cat scarf. And this is so cute, and I didn't even know that I had this one, but I would love to find a home for this. This is a beautiful little scarf. It's got little kitties. Can you see them on it? And so if you just leave a comment in the section below, maybe tell me what you'd like to talk about if you were up on stage, and we will find a new home for this beautiful cat scarf. I think it's really sweet. It goes with everything too. It's a lovely color. So again, my question for today is, if you could get up on stage for 10 minutes and talk about any topic, what would you speak about? Thanks so much for being here, everyone. I really hope you have a great Monday, and we'll see you all back here tomorrow on Mornings with 60 and Me. Take care. Bye-bye for now.